I've already answered it. That's going in. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to another Quickfire Q&A. It has been a very long time since I've done one of these, and I have no idea why I stopped doing them. I was watching my old ones back this morning, and I really like them. You guys gave me a lot of questions. There's actually around 500 or so, which was way more than I was expecting. So, let's get to it then. Please forgive the specs, I am blind without them. Is this like Ola Englund's Q&A? Don't know what you're talking about. I mean, no one in the history of YouTube has ever made a Q&A series. This is a completely original idea. I mean, Hey Pete, I don't know if you get this cue a lot, but I'm thinking about making a YouTube channel as a guitarist. What would be your main tips to start out and how to run a successful channel? I've kind of already answered this in an old video, so I'll link that here somewhere on the screen. Basically though, do something you want to make, try and do something a little different, something that stands out, and have fun with it. Do what you want to do, try and keep it consistent as well. If you have a schedule, that's cool. Main thing is just do what you want to do and have fun. Richard Nurse on Patreon says, hey Pete, big fan. I was wondering if you had a job other than YouTube. If so, what do you do? So this is a question that I kind of get a lot and have never really addressed. Yes, YouTube is kind of my job, but it doesn't pay everything because it doesn't generate enough income. So I have some side things. I teach guitar over Skype, although I've been slacking on that recently. So if you want lessons, hit me up. Also, selling songs on iTunes and Bandcamp. People do seem to buy music. Patreon helps out a ton, so if you're a patron, thank you. And more recently, I've been doing some stuff with YouTubers kind of behind the scenes. I'm not going to tell you who they are, but if you use your ears, you probably know. But yes, YouTube and music in general is my job. How long did it take you to become a riff god? Well, actually, it's incredibly simple. What you do is you go to your local post office and you fill in a form and you sign your name at the bottom, you send it off there to the Riff Gods Guild. 3 to 5 working days later, they then send you a certificate through the post, which you can shove on your wall, and you are a certified riff god. What are your best tips and advice for building speed on the guitar? Thanks. Learning how to play anything fast on the guitar is really quite simple. All you have to do is start slow. That's probably not what you want to hear because everybody wants to play fast. Always play to a metronome, and if your target BPM is 120, start at 60 and just work your way up. Vlad on Patreon says, hey Pete, any advice on how to develop rhythm guitar playing, more precisely playing odd time signatures? Okay, so straight rhythm playing, I just prescribe a heavy amount of Metallica. Just learn everything from Kill 'Em All to the Black Album and you'll be sorted for rhythm playing. The best example for odd time signatures that I can think of is probably Cynic and maybe Death. Cynic put out an album in 1994 called Focus. There's a ton of good songs on that with all sorts of weird time signatures. And it's amazing for alternate picking. The same thing with Death. I can't think of a specific example with Death, but Chuck made some cool riffs, man. You asked for it, can you please explain to me what entropy is? My physics professor in the university seems to have a hard time explaining it. Well, he's a rubbish professor then. I'm gonna lay him out, and I'm gonna say go watch the first episode of Wonders of the Universe with Brian Cox, all about entropy. It's awesome. Built a castle and everything. What things have you got planned for the future? I want to make an EP, and I've been saying that for years, but the reason it hasn't really happened is because it's incredibly hard, for me at least, to write songs for YouTube and for an EP at the same time. So what would happen is I either write songs for YouTube and then release them on an EP, or I attempt to do both and keep some songs separate so that you then haven't heard them before. I hope that makes sense. I have got a few songs just tucked away, they're like special songs which I've written and haven't put out, because I don't want to put them out unless they're part of something like an EP. But yeah, it's gonna happen, I just don't know when. What string gauges do you use? For 6-string, I use a hybrid set of 9s and 10s, so the lower string, the wound strings are 10s and the plain strings are 9s. Onto 7-string, I do the same thing, but I just add a low 64 for B and a low 66 for A. And for 8-string, I do the same thing, but I add a low 74 for the low F sharp. Oh, and sometimes I'm in drop C and I use a set of 11s, so 11 to 49, but I replace the low 49 with a 54. Everybody wants to know what's under the hat. Nothing. So now I know what all the comments on this video are going to be about. Alright, that'll do it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and maybe they'll end up in whatever this becomes. It might be a series, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe doing one every couple of weeks. Anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm Pete, and I play music.